1 2 1 2 1 2. Here we go. We about to get into it. Welcome everybody. This is something different. You know what I mean? It's called the random. And we gonna get into it today. We gonna definitely get into it today. Tonight, today, whatever the case may be. And we gonna do it like that. We got a lot to talk about. Let's just go ahead and bring it on up. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. And we're going to talk about this today, because it kind of peeved me off about your mans. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about it tonight. So if you want to chime in, please do chime in. Right now, we on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn at the moment. Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So if you want to share, if you want to pop in, if you want to do that, you can do that. But we're going to talk about tonight, man. We definitely going to talk about tonight just for a little bit. First off, let me go ahead and just introduce myself. This is Sante Lucas, you know what I'm saying? From WYAC, DM.3, WYAC, and the place to be. And I said, you know what? We're going to do a live stream show, or I'm going to do one because I just don't want to do it on the Mondays or the Tuesdays or whatever the case may be. So let me go ahead and share. Number one, go ahead and share because sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. I'll put this up here. All right. So we're gonna let it go for a little bit. So first off, I just want to go ahead and just say, welcome to doing something just a little bit slightly different. This is called WYAC at random. You know what I mean? So at random, we're just going to be talking about different things and different topics. But because, like I said, I just don't want to go ahead and be coming on Monday night or Tuesday night. Some nights if I'm even able to come on at all during that time. So, but right now we have Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. But tonight, man, we're gonna be talking about Barack Obama, and what kind of happened over the last couple of days with how, he came at black men. And if you want to chime in, you could chime in. The same rules apply. You can go ahead and call in. You can either call in or you can go ahead and I send you the link. It's as simple as that. But what I want to do, man, what I really want to do is I want to go ahead and play what Barack Obama said. And what he did was more or less, he kind of felt like he was lecturing to men, black men in particular, to tell us who to vote for. And, let's go back to 2008 when he ran for office. That was really my first time ever voting. And I voted because I didn't vote on policy. I wasn't really even thinking about policy. I was voting on, I was pretty much voting on skin color. You know what I mean? Like most of us. This is the first time we ever saw anybody with the same color that we had in the minority. That had a legitimate chance of winning the White House race. So with this first time that we had gotten the opportunity to go ahead and have somebody represent, or we thought represent us, I jumped at the chance. It was my father's first time voting. And it was a lot of people's first time voting in my community that looked like me. So that's what I did. In 2008, I voted for Barack Obama. And I didn't vote for Barack Obama based on, basically, I voted on with him with identity politics. I didn't look into knowing what it was that he stood for. I didn't really go into what he say he was going to do. Us as a people, quote unquote, as a sector of people, black people, we really didn't ask anything of his administration when he ran. We just, we just really got behind it. And plus, on top of that, we really thought, I think a lot of us thought that, we was going to be getting something from our vote. But when the second term came around, with his second, after his first run, and it was successful, I more or less I looked into voting for him again, but I didn't. I didn't vote for him because number one, I didn't see anything that he did on the first term pertaining to what I felt like was needed. I didn't see him doing anything specific for the black community. And really, I think when we voted for Barack Obama, we thought automatically because he looked like us or whatever the case may be. And we were so much caught up in that feeling that we was going to get something. We was going to get something for our time and our vote. So when it came to, hold on, let me make this a little bit bigger. When it came to him possibly getting reelected, I didn't go out and I didn't make the vote. I didn't go out and try to solicit getting votes. I didn't even really pay attention to it, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? I just felt like, you know what? I helped get him in there the first time. So during that time of Obama being, running and being in the White House, me personally, I didn't really get the chance to really see a lot of what he did. I seen what he did for other sectors or special interest groups. He did some things, that really wasn't what I felt was the right thing to do, but he did it, so, it is what it is. But he came out not too long ago because your girl, Kamala Harris, whatever way you vote is however you vote. But Kamala Harris right now at this moment, she's in the pickle. You know what I mean? Kamala's in the pickle right now. Her vote, well, basically her tally with black men, which is really the key factor in this election, y'all, is down. Her black men are not feeling, what she's laying down not as a whole, but a good 25 to 30%. It looks like is not really jabbing on what she's trying to talk about, nor do they want to vote for her if they're gonna vote at all. So she sent out your boy Barack Obama, but and right now I'm calling him Barack O'Drama. Sent Barack Obama out, really as a lapdog, in my opinion, to go ahead and try to more or less try to, lecture black men to get us to feel bad about not voting for her. On top of that, they sent out Magic Johnson. So these is two guys that the black community the black male community really don't even deal with like that. So I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna let Barack Obama dig his own plot right here. So you guys can sit here and listen to Barack Obama and what he had to say to us as black men.
And just speak some truths, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences, who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities, from housing to making sure that our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents can afford.
All right. That's enough. I'll bring Obama back. But what a lot of black men what a lot of black men are feeling is that he was out of order. I think in a way he was. I ain't gonna say in a way. I totally believe that 100%. In my opinion, he was out of order because he didn't. If you just don't single out black men to go talk to, because even though black men are a high set of the voting population, especially for the Democratic Party to win this not nomination, but for the seat, any seat, the Republican or Democratic, whoever's going to win, whoever we vote for in a majority or a set of votes, why talk to black men in a less dignified manner? You know what I mean? Did he go talk to the Asian Americans like that? And that's what a lot of black men are feeling. Did you go talk to the Asian population? Did you go talk to the Mexican population? Did you go talk to the white population like that? So if you, you got to probably, I know you probably can't see the comments. Your comments is coming in at on the side of the screen. I could probably bring them up in a different way. But no, a lot of people are offended. A lot of people are offended that, number one, black men, a lot of black men are offended. You got to probably look up on YouTube, look up, what not even Fox News. This is what the ironic and the funny thing that's happening about this. It's not just Fox News. It's CNN, it's ABC, NBC. Is having a lot of people where formerly, CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, they wouldn't even report things like this. But there have been high reports that really Obama is really run amok with a majority of a lot of black men. That's on the fence of voting for either or. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like, a lot of black men feel like, why are you coming and chastising us about who we should vote for? Number one, he said some things that was in his speech here. D, you may not be offended, but you already know who you're going to vote for. I think the problem is, I think this is what the problem is right here. The problem is Kamala, her votes are down in the black community. If they looking at the polling, there's 7 days left. There's 7 days left in the election. They see that the polling for black men are really down. The set of black men are not voting for the Democratic Party straight ticket or nominations or candidacy, like they used to. So what has happened over the last week or two, if you've been able to kind of watch what's been happening, is they've been sending out Magic Johnson or they've been sending out Barack Obama, or they've been really pushing to get the black man vote, which ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that at all. Try to persuade, if you got a block of voters that, in my opinion, that's the right way. If you got a block of voters that's undecided, or you're trying to get voters back to your position, no problem at all trying to go ahead and persuade them. But what black men are offended at, and they showing this on CNN. Just look it up if you get a chance, man. On CNN, CNBC. I mean, and these are more the news stations that deal Democratic level. Fox is more or less a Republican kind of way, but these stations are getting reports and have had reports. And I'm going to show you something, man. If you could stick with me real quick, I want to show you something. Let me go ahead and move me right here. I'm going to go ahead and show you something right here, because there was a young lady from Meet the Press. And it's a black lady. It's a black lady, and I want you to listen to what she said. Because black men in a whole, and honestly, I felt like it too. Even if I wasn't on the side that I'm thinking of that I want, I still felt in a way like, yo, you feel like you're talking to us. It kind of get. I want to play this clip for you. I think this is Meet the Press. Let me see. I forgot the lady name, but she came off very articulate. Where is she at? Right here. I think this is it right here. She made a great point, man. If you just hold tight and listen to this, I didn't have this clip popped up. Here we go, right here. Here we go, right here. If you can listen to this, I'm gonna pull this up. And she said some real good things.
Both of his elections in Ohio. Right now, the vice president is down 11 points in Ohio, even though I fully expect President Trump to take Ohio, as he did twice.
Listen.
But to be down 11 points compared to President Biden, that is a problem. But this other issue I want to bring up is a problem, too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons. In 2020, the vice president was labeled a cop, as we know.
But do you think, sorry to interrupt you, Nina,
Okay,
but do you think he's right that one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea of a woman?
It might be some
in the White
listen,
House?
black men are socialized in the same society as any other man. So yes, is misogyny maybe a part of it? But again, is President Obama and is the Harris-Walz campaign going to lecture other male groups in the same way that they're lecturing black?
Okay, there we go. So she made a great point. And it's not, and I think, Kia, what it comes down to is it's not about what I may feel he done for you or a Republican done for you. It's not for an individual person to tell a person what a Republican or a Democrat. It's about having that person vote the way that they want to without feeling pressure. And I think what's happening or has happened is a lot of black men is now this lady that just spoke, she's a staunch Democrat. She's for old girl for Kamala. But she even was able to point out and say, yo, that's not a good thing to do. Why would you come and lecture black men like we don't know who to vote for or know how to vote or something like, and that's how he came at us. That's how Magic Johnson, I don't know if you knew that Magic Johnson came to Flint a couple of days ago. And he was talking at black men like we didn't know who to vote for or why we voting. And this is why, you know what I'm saying? It's more or less lecturing. It's not trying to campaign towards a black man and saying this is what we're going to do or get for you or work. So I think at a whole, as black men, as you know, a lot especially in the inner city, don't vote at all. The key purpose is to vote. So when a black man or whatever, quote unquote, when a black man get ready to vote, let him vote how he's going to vote. Don't try to pressurize him and to scrutinize him on who he wants to vote for. And I think a lot of pressure. Yeah, he's educating. What do you say? He's educating black men. Most don't vote. But here's and you're right. I think in a way that he came across, a lot of educated black men are like, they didn't like that because they felt like they were getting talked to, not getting talked to. Are you going to go talk to the Asians like that? Are you going to? And a lot of black men feel like, quite honestly, Barack Obama is not, nothing to them. I'll be quite honest with you. So they're not listening to Barack Obama anyway. So I think at the end of the day, I think he lost some cachet with black men voters because black men are voting. Okay, the second largest group of voters is black male. Okay, so I think what's happening is that we 25, 6, 7 days away. As the lady just explained, Kamala is down in most of the polls. And we really it's crazy. We only really 25, 26 days away from the end of this thing. And now, you're pulling out people, but what it's doing is backfiring. It's backfiring. And hey, I think at the end of the day, what us all is said now, what all is done is done. I don't know if, even if Trump was losing, I don't know if he could win with 20 days to go. I don't know if he could do something to sway the vote to make him win if he was losing. Vice versa. With her losing, I don't know if there's anything that can quite happen that she can do that can win her this election. What's been kind of happening lately is that, I think black men or the black voter in a whole is kind of moving away from the Democratic Party. And I don't think, that black men are voting in a block like they used to anymore. But regardless on how you vote, regardless on who you vote for, you don't talk to any other set of men like that. What make you think that you can come and down? Bill Cosby did the same thing. He talks at people. It's a way. It's like black men are the only people that you can tell what to do. Like who? It's crazy. Black men is the only set of people that you can tell what to do, and it's looked at as all right. But now the mass media or whatnot, how people are looking at it is it's not all right. It's not cool to do that. You know what I mean? You can't tell people how to vote. That's the last thing. So especially with black men not voting anyway, or used to have a habit of not voting, but now you have black men voting. All you can do is campaign to them, and every black man is different. So everybody's going to go ahead and vote their interest. But did Barack Obama go too far? In my opinion, I believe he did. You know what I'm saying? I believe he did. I think he turned off a lot of people. Honestly, that was probably, I think he did more damage than he actually did good. I think he did more damage than he actually did good for her. So right now, I don't know where the campaign is going for Kamala. I'm gonna be very, I'm gonna be dedicating these series of live streams that I'm doing to the election. That's why I call it at random. I'm going to be coming on every other day or so. I'm going to try to do some mornings. I'm going to try to do some nights, especially I'm going to still do the Monday night show with James and Amy. But I created this spinoff, which is called At Random, where people could come on, call. It's the same exact thing they can do. But I wanted to bring a forum where, sometimes people just don't want to talk about politics. I do, you know what I'm saying? Because it's something I've been actually actually getting very interested in. And I believe, we shouldn't even we shouldn't vote. I can believe we should vote a certain way, but that's just my opinion. But I believe as a black man, we should vote our interest. I think when Barack Obama ran for president, we voted for skin color, and we wound up and saw that didn't do anything pretty much for us. I was super excited when Barack Obama ran for president. Super excited, just like everybody else. I remember that night in 2008. I was downtown Pontiac, went to the club. I think I was with my cousin Martell, and I don't know what we was doing, but I shed a tear. Super happy, looking for some new type of things. And, I was younger. So 2008, what's that, 15 years ago, 16, 17, whatever years ago. And a younger man, but seeing the importance and seeing what I thought that could be, you know what I mean? And when he became a president, I believe it was the symbolism of him, a black man, quote unquote, being a president was a major thing. But when the dust settled from the illusion of perception as far as him being a black man, after that died down, and actually looking at things that he accomplished as a president for the black, I didn't really see anything. Far as for me, you probably saw some things. I didn't. You know what I mean? I see some things that he did for others, but I didn't see anything that he did particularly for me that I was interested in. But I did see for the LGBTQ, the LGT whatever community, he did a lot of things for them. Right to marry and put in the White House with the flag, and that's cool. That's cool. But that wasn't what I was expecting with my vote. And a lot of black men wasn't either. And then when the point of question came up, what did you do for, when black people asked, what did you do, or asked this administration, what did you do for black people? From what I understand, it was like, well, you didn't ask for anything. So I think a lot now that a lot of black people, not just black men, but I think as men, as we lead the way, black men, our women will follow. You know what I'm saying? We've been in a state of following our women. So I think as black men, we need to start leading and, not be afraid to have our own mind and vote for who we want to. And, whoever follow. But you gotta have your own mind. So I didn't see a lot that Barack did, but for me, the symbolism, great. It was great for the kids to see all that, and me as a younger man, I think that was a great thing to see. But I didn't see far as a policy and administration. I liked him. I liked the way he spoke. I liked the way he carried himself. I liked his family. I liked a lot of things about him. But far as what I didn't see a lot that I personally really kind of benefited a whole bunch from, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's, everybody's different. You know what I mean? It could be different for you. But I'm going to be dedicating a lot of political shows coming up. I'm going to open up the phone line. If you do want to call in, I just turned on the phone. Let me go ahead and make sure the internet is good on the phone here. If you want to call in, you can definitely call in. Let me go ahead and put this up for a second. If there's a comment that you want to say, and like I say, even what if a lot of times what I already know, my opinion and your opinion is going to be a lot different. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to go ahead and bring a forum. I wanted to go ahead and bring a forum for us to talk. You know what I mean? Even if we disagree on some things, that's perfectly fine to disagree. I'm cool with that. It's just that I like to have these type of conversations now because we need it. We need it. A lot of people don't want to talk about politics, but I think it's very important. And I think it's important to have different viewpoints. So, yeah, I'm going to open up the phone line. It's a lot of different comments. I know I got the comment screen a little bit different. D Wins, you said those groups behind what they wanted in passes, like it or not. Our community never came forward with anything that they were needed. you're right about that, D. They never really did. But I think we getting to the point now where a lot of men, a lot of people are. I think people are waking up, to the politic game. I really think men are our men are waking up to the politic game. I'm gonna open up the phone line. D, if you want to call, I know you're busy. I know doing some jet setting. Hopefully you relaxed and everything like that. But you can call in if you like. Please, anybody that want to call 248-905-1128. 248-905-1128. Did Barack Obama take this too far? This is anybody on YouTube and Facebook. I want to give a shout out to my YouTube, which is Pontiac Sante. Pontiac Sante. I got 2,500 subscribers there. I done had that page for a little bit, but 2,500 subscribers. I used to be a YouTuber and I stopped. You know what I'm saying? But here we go. Let's bring D Wins in here. Hold on, D. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
1 2 1 2. Say something one more time, D.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I got you. Yeah, bro. Thanks for calling, man. I was just I just was bringing up this topic, man. Welcome to the this is called At Random, dog. WYAC presents At Random. This is what I'm gonna be coming on like maybe in the morning sometimes and throughout the week. But I really want to just for your information, I really want to like concentrate like on because we got 25 to 30 days left almost to this thing is over with. So with this, I'm like, you know what? I really want to concentrate on these last 25 days, man. It's drawing up. It's drawing up, man. Like, so whoever want to call in and can bring whatever. But what you think about this, man? A lot of people was up under, a lot of black men are a little offended with what happened, how he came at it. What you think about that, bro? I don't know if you've seen it all, but what you think?
Yeah, I saw it, and my thing is, I think people are overthinking what he was trying to do, because when you have a group of men who normally don't really participate in this particular process,
yeah,
now they see that, and he's coming out saying, "Hey guys, look at what's going on." Because for black males, let's just be honest, neither party really did something directly for black males.
Right.
Now, at the end of the day, there has been a lot of things that have benefited our community, and it came from the Democratic Party. Now, in this thing feeling like you're being talked down to, we're the only group that, those other groups, they go out there and they go after what they want, whether it be taxes or whatever. They're going to get behind their thing. We're 100+ years behind. Mm-hmm. And now brothers want to be feeling offended by the former president coming to talk to them about, hey, pay attention. Because when we look at these rallies, they're not talking about our community. Mm-hmm. And we're jumping behind that. People talking about, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think the media is lying about people are following behind the Trump as black men. I highly doubt that, because he's blatantly saying it. Look at what he said about Detroit. He don't care. Mm-hmm. President Obama is trying to let our brothers know, hey, these are the issues out there. You can see what's being said. Be mindful of how you vote. I'm not telling you to.
Let me ask you this, D. What do you think?
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. What do you think? I know we only got like 25 days. Or was it November 5th, right? Is the day. Mm-hmm. So what do you think that Kamala campaign can do for those? Because she is apparently looking for the black male voter, because I think we are down as far as our numbers, as far as on the Democratic Party scene. What do you think, if there was anything that she could do? Would you say, if you had a magic phone to call her and be like, yo, this is what you probably should do to get your message across?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think she really need to do really much of anything but just speak the facts and don't be a liar. Just speak the facts about, the tax breaks, the things what they're doing for the middle class, because the middle class is running this country. I mean, paying all the taxes and whatnot. Just speak the fact. The guys that have a problem with this either have a problem with a woman being in office. That's all that is.
You
man.
think so?
I won't buy nothing else, because the things that they're putting in place versus the other group is very good, to give the middle, because the middle class is working hard. They're working hard to, and we paying out a lot of taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rich guys are getting off free. And I can't understand for the life of me, how could somebody get behind that? And the other group, how can they get behind that? All the lies, all the countless things. It's self-explanatory. He's saying it to your face. Like, I don't like you. So why? I don't care if you follow me or not. I don't like you. And I don't understand why everybody, if you're an African American who has been struggling in this country for many, many years, trying to do the right thing and move forward and provide for your family, why would you get behind something that don't like you, that won't even give you an opportunity to grow? Because none of his policy has anything to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
And for President Obama to come, I thought it was noble for him to step out of his, whatever he's doing, to come talk to our community like he does. He did it all the time. When he was in office, we never brought him anything to say, hey, we together on this. And we want the Senate to take a look at this. We never did that. And then all we did was make President Obama look bad for supporting whatever the LBG whatever group was doing. But here's the thing. They came forward with a package to the Senate, and they was pressing hard for it, and they got it. He couldn't say no. I don't care what he believed. That doesn't mean he had an overwhelming group of folks going after that. Mm. And then here's the thing, you got white people for Kamala, you got Asians for Kamala, have done the same thing, but because Barack coming, it's a big issue. Coming to the black males. He looked like us. Mm-hmm. So it's the only right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. I think it was very noble. I think it's not that he's talking down to it. He basically, if he could have, he probably would have said, brothers, look at this. This guy done already said, our communities look like trash. He's going to take away public schools. Who deals with public schools? Some of our communities deal with that. Mm-hmm. So if they take it away, that means our kids going to go back into, ain't no telling, to a life of crime or something, because they won't be getting educated. So he's going to take away everything and the resources that our people need and use and give it to the rich. And then I can't believe most of the people, and I don't believe it. I think the media is making that up. I don't believe it that the black males are getting behind that. You have a few.
Well, D, I tend to believe, now that we kind of closer to like 30 days out now, I'm tending to believe now that seeing, when it was just Fox News, all right, when it was just Fox News kind of just saying whatever, right? I was kind of like, okay, but now you got CNN, CBS, CBS, NBC, ABC. You have MSNBC. Now you have those stations showing that her numbers are down. Now they're all saying that. Before it was just Fox, but now it's like everybody's showing that. So now I'm tending to believe maybe she is in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because all of the networks are saying that now. You know what I'm saying? We just listened to what that was NBC. And they kind of more or less she's in trouble. You know what I mean? So and that was a panel full of more or less Democratic people. You know what I'm saying? So now I feel like, okay, Kamala the campaign may be in trouble going into these last 30 days, and they pulling out a Hail Mary. They nothing wrong with calling out Obama. I don't feel like nothing wrong with calling him to say, hey, let's try to get some people mobilized to go ahead and vote a certain way. No problem with that. I have no problem with him coming out. I would, the same thing with Donald Trump. If he wants to bring out and talk to help him campaign, that's cool. But I think what people are offended by is that, or black men, more specific, is like it feels like you're chastising us. You just feel like, because he said a couple things. He said a couple things in the speech, and I'll let you go ahead.
As of yesterday.
This is what he said in the speech. A couple things he said in the speech. If you can just rebuttal on this, he was like,
Yeah.
you should vote. You should more or less vote for her because she grew up like you, she looks like you, she went to school with you, so you need to be voting for her, more or less identity, because you have a shared identity with her. That's what he was saying. Do you feel like that was the right thing for him to say?
Well, I agree that he should have said it, because why would you vote? I would have probably said it like, why would we follow somebody who don't like us when we can follow someone who grew up like we, understand what we went through as a people coming up through the ranks. Trump don't know what that feel like. He don't know what it's like not to be able to go to college, not to have food at times, not to have transportation, going to poor schools, not receiving the right services, being pushed away from jobs because of your skin color. Trump don't know what that's like. Mm-hmm. Yes, he should have explained to them, to remind them, don't get it twisted. These things haven't changed. And if you're going to follow this party or follow this guy who's blatantly saying it in your face, but you're going to vote for it until, like, most of these guys probably got daughters, and God forbid, one of their daughters get raped or something drastic happen and they can't receive the services that they may need at the time. People dying behind that, man. And we got to look at the bigger picture. And I think at this point, I don't think Kamala needs to do anything different. President Obama going into talk to black males, I think it's a good thing. They should do that even more often, even if it's just not, this political race. But when you look at everything, man, everybody has had enough of Trump saying things, doing things. I'm not for the assassination of that guy, but he's old, man. And not just that, the things he's saying, man, is offensive. It's offensive to my race of people.
Well,
at his last rally, they were holding up racial signs and stuff. Black males getting beat up at the rallies and stuff like that. It's getting out of hand, man. And then if you won't support that, be my guest.
Let me ask you, what do you think? Why do you think there is such a tone with black men? Because for real, honestly, we got it's the elephant in the room, but it's not really an elephant in the room anymore. This election, more than any other one, man, I can remember, we've been through a couple of elections. We ain't trying to be too old, but we've been through a couple. D, this one is more. Yeah. This one right here is more contentious than any one dog I have ever seen. This is from the Bush and Clinton and all that.
Yeah, that's true.
This one has been like.
It's true.
This has been crazy, dog. You know what I'm saying? But why do you feel like this one is so contentious? This one is so contentious, and this one is so, do or die. What do you feel is at stake here? You know what I mean? Why do you feel like the majority of people feel like this is it? This is the end all be all.
That's because only reason everybody's coming torn apart because it's a black woman, man. It has nothing to do with nothing else. This is a black woman running for president. If it was another black man, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. We would. You wouldn't hear nothing about black men not supporting Kamala or nothing. It's just a black woman, and men is tripping, thinking that she can't do the business like a man would do the business, and she can. She has people to help her. The country is not ran off of one person in those offices. Every president that's been there, there's been a governing body around that president. Believe it or not, they're not going to tell that. They're not going to say it. They're going to let us think that it would be bad for her to run the country. She's not going to be the only one making policies. Just like the LBG crew, and I don't know all the acronyms or whatever. Just like they came forward when President Obama was in office.
Well, let me ask you this.
They meant that.
Let me ask
They
you.
meant that.
Let me ask you this question, because this just popped in my head. What do you think about? Okay, last go around when Trump ran, he ran against. Well, of course, he ran against Biden the last time Biden won, but he ran against Hillary. Do you feel that, okay, it wasn't this type of man, woman, vote for a woman, or men not? Do you feel like black men are not voting for her because they don't want to see a woman, or she's just not the qualified woman that black men feel that she should be in order to vote for her? Because do you think black? Because I think black men voted for Clinton, for Hillary. So why do you think they probably dwindled down and not voting for Kamala as much?
They are just. Here's the thing. Let's just go all the way back to slavery right now. Who did the most damage to their own race? We did.
Who, the black man?
The black woman. See, the black man.
The black man.
Who did Harriet Tubman have to take out? Who were they? They were black men. Because she was trying to free everybody. They the one was telling. So she had to take them out. So we're seeing that all over again. We're seeing the same thing. Right now, the lady, she is qualified enough. If you can take Donald Trump, think about this, man, who probably, we don't even know, probably sold all the secrets to America right now. We don't know it. But Donald Trump is really not qualified.
So, I don't know if you've been able to watch. I know you've been busy and doing everything you need to do personally, but I don't know if you have been able to watch some of her latest. Because I've been trying to keep both sides. I got my mail-in ballot and everything, dog. I ain't even filled the whole thing out yet. So I said, you know what? Let me go give me a ballot because I know I ain't gonna stand no line. But I ain't filled it all out. But so I'm still got an ear open, tell you the truth. So I'm up here listening to a lot of what he talking about, of course, a lot of what she's talking about. So I've been watching, bro. I've been really, really, really listening and watching a lot about her lately. So like interviews that she's been doing and things that's been coming up with her. I haven't quite yet still heard anything that makes me want to say, hey, Kamala, why do you feel like, okay, but that's just my opinion. Somebody else may have already, and that's cool. That's what you campaign for, to get the voter to come your way. That's why I think I asked you earlier because she is losing the margin of black men, and there's and so you think personally it's just because black men don't want to see a black woman or don't want to see a woman in charge.
They don't want to see a woman in charge, man. That's the only thing I can see that's wrong with. If you can look at the other candidate and say, I'm going to go with that candidate for what? What is he telling you as a black community? What has he told you that even helping you? He's had millions of conversations, millions of interviews. What has he shown that he deserves that office again?
Yeah.
And that's the real crux of it all. What has he said that convinced you to say, I'm going to vote for that guy? At least she came with some statistics, some things she want to do, the things she want to help the middle class. I haven't heard one thing that he said he's going to do. You ask him about insurance. Yeah, we're gonna put. What is it? He don't even know yet. Everybody that's associated with him is leaving, and I can't believe that our community will even get up there and discuss they support him. And this ain't a racial thing. If that guy had all his facts and was just a
Okay.
outright stand up guy,
Well,
it would
D,
be a different story.
well, D, let me ask you this. I'm gonna read Miss Patterson's comment. She said, "Black men, as a population, have never fully participated in the political process." So this is a good question, Miss Patterson, and I'm glad you said this statement. Okay, D. At the end of the day, and Miss Patterson also, at the end of the day, the whole thing was about, because you remember y'all used to get on me, man. You vote, man. You know, people died and marched and blah blah blah. I wasn't feeling like blah blah blah, but I always felt like voting ain't nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you get to a point, and a lot of black men felt like that for a long time, right? So, but okay, so listen. So now, black men probably are voting more now. Now that a person or a black man is voting a different way than the norm, why is it felt to be looked at as a problem? Because the first thing at the end of the day was to vote, right? It doesn't matter. The main thing is you want your black men to exercise his right to vote. So why I feel like a lot of black men may vote, say they might vote Republican on, maybe state legislator, might be somebody Democratic, but presidentially might be a Republican or something why is black men so much up under the gun about who they vote for? More than any other race, more than Asians, whites.
No.
You see, But you see what I'm saying? Like, because black men are more up under scrutiny about who they vote for more than white people. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Asians, we don't.
But for real.
So I'm listening.
But for real. Check this out. Let's just be real candid. Most black men in America have family members or elderly folks who need the services that the Democrats are bringing forward. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, no.
So
repeat that again.
Why?
And you said it. Most what?
I said most black males in this country have family members who are elderly, who are in need of the services that the Democrat Party is bringing forward. Correct? And those who have not participated in the political process over the years and now jumping in need to take in account of those who may not have what they have, those who are in need, the middle class who is working very, very hard, who paying all the taxes in this country, helping those who need housing or getting their first home. Think about all those things. So you're going to come into all of a sudden being of an African American, black, or whatever you want to call yourself, dark-skinned person or brown-skinned person, and say you're going to vote for someone who is concerned about getting the billionaires richer, closing the manufacturing plants, attacking the black community.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And my thing is something's missing there, because I know what will happen. It's not that I'm not saying that they should vote with Democrats. They should be able to vote however they like to, but don't come out and start saying stuff because you see this black lady running for office and you want to come out and hell no, I ain't voting for that and this and that, and come up with all this other bullshit when you see this guy literally telling you he don't even like you because of the color of your skin. So don't come with that bullshit. And that's what really makes me mad.
So do you?
It's soft as a black male for them to get upset with President Obama coming to talk to them, saying pay attention, basically.
So do you?
And they come with this soft stuff.
So do you think? Okay, and I agree with you. Some men are probably
some men, not all.
Yeah, some men are probably going to vote the other way or Republican because It don't make a difference if it was white or black. They just don't want a woman, period. So the misogyny piece really is a factor. You know what I'm saying? There is a set of men that's just not going to vote for a woman, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, because some men feel like a woman can't be in leadership.
He got his heart broke or some shit.
It ain't going to even matter what color she is.
Soft.
It ain't going to matter what color she is, right? But I can't say that all men, like you say, there is a set of black men that are voting per their interests. You know, what they feel like maybe the Republican Party have more in tune of what they want out of this election or this next term. So I guess what I'm trying to get at, man, is we 25, 30 days away, man. If, you know what I'm saying, if it comes down to it, I mean, how do you feel? I mean, let me just ask you, man, how do you feel like if I was a betting man, if you was a betting man, who would you have your money on right now? I mean, Kamala. Based on,
I think Donald Trump, he hasn't explained, when you going to take on the highest office of the land, you got to have a plan. I haven't heard any details besides not taxing billion. I haven't heard anything. And then this 2025 thing that he's coming up with, you know, stopping young ladies from, you know, telling them what to do with their body. You're not God. You can't do that. So I haven't heard anything from the one party. So that's really the main reason I ain't even looking over there, because there's nothing there. There's nothing that they're going to do but negative stuff. It's not helping the people. It ain't helping none of the classes, poor, middle, or it's only benefiting the rich.
Okay. That's it. Okay. What if I told you, now just check this out, dog. Okay. You remember when, you remember like a week or two ago when Janet Jackson said that she didn't know that. Now I'm just telling you what's in the news and what's about to hit about to hit the news probably in the next week. Okay, you remember when Janet Jackson said that she didn't know that Kamala was black. She said, I thought she was just an Indian lady. She basically, and then she got backlash. A lot of people gave Janet Jackson some backlash. Remember that like a week or 2 weeks ago?
Right.
All right, bro. So
yeah, I remember that.
So there is a lady named Candace Owens, D. You got to look her up, man. She's like,
I know Candace.
Oh my God.
Candace.
Bro. Candace Owens. Let me read this from Miss Patterson. I appreciate that she stops on here. You know, the problem is not about, this is what Miss Patterson said, D. The problem is not about whom to vote for, but the fact that they do not fully participate in the process. Black men, when they start participating in voting, they vote and ran as Republicans. Remember, women didn't initially have the right to vote. So, Ms. Patterson, what you're saying is basically when black men had the right to vote, they voted originally Republican. That's what Ms. Patterson's saying. And then, and of course, when black men weren't, when us as a people were able to, you know, women weren't initially, didn't have the right to vote. So Candace Owens, dog, did some research, D. And I don't know if this is gonna be, but CNN and ABC, everybody been reaching out to Candace, dude. It's coming to find out, bro, that Kamala is not quite who she says she is, bro. Now check this out. Now, you think I'm just talking mess to be talking and I'm trying to poke holes in this lady. I'm not. I'm just seeing what the news is coming in. I got my eyes open. So check it.
But Candace Owens.
But check it out with Candace Owens. She found out, dude, that she did a lot of family tree digging for Kamala, and how Kamala said she was raised by, you know, as a black woman. It's coming to find out, man, that Kamala wasn't. A lot of her upbringing was in Canada. I don't know if you knew this. Was it in Montreal or Quebec? It was one of the two. But she didn't come back down to the States until she got a little bit older, and then she went to Howard. But she didn't precisely tell the truth, D, about how she grew up. It's kind of coming out a little bit. I think more will be coming out about it. It's coming to I guess since the backlash of Janet Jackson happened and people started attacking Janet Jackson, people started digging into Kamala's past and who her parents were and who her grandparents were. Come to find out, I believe this may be factual. It could be not, but it's leaning to be factual. Kamala wrote a book a while back, and she put a picture and she said of her and her grandmother. Come to find out, it was a black lady. Come to find out, that black lady wasn't her grandmother at all. It was that her family had hired help. It was a black woman. So she posed this black woman in her book to be her grandmother, but it wasn't. I think you might probably be finding this out probably in the next week. I'm telling the truth, dog. Like Candace Owens. Yeah, look that up. You gotta look that up. You gotta look that up.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask this. This is what I'm about to say, D. This is what I'm about to say, and I'll shut up and let you and just go ahead and let you roll. Us as black people, should we vote identity? I don't care if you black or white. Should we be voting identity or should we be voting policy?
Policy. And if you look at policy, look at what she's bringing forward. I don't care nothing about that black, white, all that rhetoric going on. It's not just that. She came forward with how she's going to run, what she's going to do as a leader. That's what she's talking about. Everybody's getting caught up into the shades of skin, but I'm looking at, and I waited for the other guy to bring up what he's going to talk about. And everything I read, I disagreed with. It don't fit the bill of my community. It's going to hurt my community. If you think about it, it's going to hurt my community. If they take away public schools, I'm thinking about the younger kids that are in a lower income bracket. They're going to hurt. They won't have a chance to make it. They're not going to make it. And I'm looking at these things. And then everything he's talking about is, he's even more into the racial divide than anybody. So if he had some great policies he was going to put in place, yeah, let's get somebody that's going to be talking about that versus, hey, Detroit looks like this and the world is going to look like Detroit and I'm going to take away public education funds and, those things ain't helping nobody, man. She coming forward with some real numbers and things that she want to change, things like that. That other stuff, man, is literally to hurt the world, hurt the United States. It's only going to benefit for the wealthy. That's it. They're going to be the ones running around. It's going to be rich and poor. That's it. That's his plan.
Do you feel like, let me turn myself up a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Do you feel like with us we got 25, 30 days left. I got to narrow it down to how much days we really got left. But I really believe that this is an important conversation. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about this and they stray away from this because it's such a high emotion, man. You got some people on this side, some people on that side can't seem to talk it out without having problems, right? But I think, man, as a community, as a people, regardless on which way you voting, whatever way you going, even if you was voting for Cornel West, who have no way of winning at all, which has, honestly, Cornel West got great ideas, you know what I'm saying? But he would never win, you know what I mean, just the way the parties are set up. I think it's still a good thing that should be done. I think we should talk more about politics. I think we should be talking more about these types of things because these are tough topics and tough situations, and for a tough time that we living in. I think more now than ever, each decision like this, whoever you vote for, is a lot of weight more to it down than ever, man, honestly. So I think these type of conversations need to be had. Why do you feel like our community per se, because honestly, white people can sit down and talk politics. White people can sit down and talk business. Why do you feel that we can't do it? Even if we have differences of opinions. Just as a,
Yes, we can't sit down and talk it because, even when you go all the way back, from the beginning of time, they taught us to not be able to come together. That's why you see all the other ethnic groups. It's easy for them to come together even when they don't know each other. We the ones have a problem because we got a opinion. We got different opinions, but we don't think about the greater good. That's why we can't get in a room and order a pizza. That's how bad it is. But all the other groups can get in the room and order the pizza and everybody be happy about it.
Hey, D, remember?
No, you didn't get the.
You remember how it was? You remember how it was with by Hilltop with the gas mobile right there on Featherstone and Martin Luther King meet. If you remember how it was, and it's probably still like that. I ain't been in a while, but you can have mobile and Pizza Hut have a merger, and they doing business together. You got a Pizza Hut inside the mobile. I'm pretty sure the head of mobile and the head of Pizza Hut, these guys probably don't even think the same, but they can do business.
No, they don't.
They can think, they can still do business regardless, and they probably know each other's political views, but that don't really matter to them. It's what it is, but they can still link up, do a profitable business merger together as Pizza Hut and mobile, and get it going. And regardless on whatever the political or religious views may be. Why do you? And I guess you was I guess you was elaborating on that, but they can do it. We can't though.
Yeah, we can't. The reason we can't because number one, we don't take the time out to have these tough discussions. What do our community need? We don't go to the Senate together. We don't go to the Senate together. And I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, we all go to the church house, but we all won't go in the church house and have a discussion about what do our community need, and then when are we going to go to the Senate? If you look at the world right now, all the other ethnic groups get together and go to the Senate and put in their policies. We're the only ones sitting back looking and talking about everybody, pointing, having all these opinions. Obama come down here talking down on us. That's soft to me. I'm like, you ain't been voting for 20 years, but you crying about the president coming down there trying to educate you on, pay attention to what's going on. She came from where you came from. She went to the schools you went to, which is somebody that you can identify with. So when you do put a package together and go to the Senate, she understands what's going on before she signs it. That's another thing. But if you go up there and the other guy up there, he gonna look at you like, what y'all come up here for? Some chicken? Get on out of here. That's what will happen. Ice Cube had the right idea, but Ice Cube didn't talk to nobody.
You brought up something real good. You brought up something real good. Look, Cube came up with honestly, I think a absolutely wonderful type of plan. But the thing I think about it is, people say he shouldn't have to. Because who is the high? You just said something real perfect. There's really no hierarchy for quote unquote black people. We don't have the leadership that we have. Who is Cube gonna go talk to, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
What you mean? Who he gonna talk to? You mean you talking about?
The other groups. No. The other groups, they get together. They go to their churches, the synagogues, the places where they go. They go in those buildings and put packages together, and they take them up there and get them voted on. Cube wrote something down, and it was noble, but he didn't talk to nobody.
But if you notice, nobody else wrote anything down. Cube was nobody else.
I know.
So I mean, if you wait for
what he should have did was, even if he didn't get all the big name folks or whatever, what he should have did, if he wanted to do something like that, where most everybody at on a Sunday, they at a church house. Am I correct?
But most,
and you introduced that.
Yeah, but most, most, and how Cube probably looked at it. I don't know what was in Cube's mind.
But the way Cube got the ear of the community because of what he do in the entertainment business. Yeah, he got 3-on-3. So at my things or at my concert, I'm gonna talk about it. Hey, I'm having this meeting at this this place at this such and such time.
But here's the thing
Hey,
that
we need to put a package together.
here's the thing about it. I like what Cube did, regardless if he got supported with it. But what I like about what Cube was, Cube asked to talk to both groups, Biden group, and think about this, D. Think about this. Cube went to go talk to wanted to talk to Biden, and he wanted to talk to Trump. He spoke that platinum plan that Trump got. That's Ice Cube plan. That if you go look on the website, that's Ice Cube's plan, the platinum plan. Go look back. That's what did Ice Cube have? It was the platinum plan. All right. So listen, when Biden won, Biden went and talked to Cube. He told Cube, when I win, if I win, then you can come talk to me. He never went and talked to Cube. He never invited him to come speak to him about any type of thing. And he was like, well, why would I want to talk to you after you're the president? I want to know why I should be supporting you now. And I think that's why a lot of black men, I'm just going to tell you why a lot of black men are disengaged from the Democratic Party, because a lot of black men, I feel, even from what I'm just seeing and hearing from people, I know a couple of people around here, they just won't say what they support. And I understand why they won't. And also, you look on YouTube and you see these guys, they feel like the Democratic Party has taken advantage of the black community for so long that you don't really have to solicit us like you do other communities. And we're just going to vote because we've been voting this way since the 60s, 70s. And you got the black vote no matter what. All you got to do is just stop at the churches and you got them. That's how that's how a lot of black people feel. So I think what's happening now is a lot of black people is like, what worked 30, 40 years ago, we no longer what they call a monolith, meaning that we all vote in the block now. I think you got black people that's really kind of sprouting out and saying, you know what, I'm about to start voting my interest, what I feel is interested in to be, instead of voting for a block like I usually did or do. So I think what's happening, man, is that I hear what you're saying when you said it's, I don't know if you said it was cowardly or it was soft or whatever. I don't feel like how you feel about it. I understand where you're coming from, but I feel like moreover, I think men in particular are identifying what they feel works for them. And each one of us different. So we can't say, like I seen the kid, she has a couple comments saying, what did the Republican Party do for you? Or each person is different. They might identify with that, so I can't say as a group, but, maybe it ain't that the Republican Party probably did anything particularly that you want or as me as a person want, but you look at what the Democratic Party has done and you don't feel like you really connected to them neither. So a black man, some guys might feel like, you know what, I just try something new. What the hey? What do I have to lose? And I think that's why a lot of black men probably are voting the way that they are, right or wrong. Right or wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and long as they participate,
I think that's the
cool. If
key
you
part.
want to support that, I think if you want, this be personally, if you want to support that, that's fine. But when I look at it, and this is just me, and I want all people who benefit, black, Hispanic, those who are the working class right now. I want every ethnic group to benefit now. But when I hear the other party who is just attacking my community, I can't support. I can't get behind that, and that's why I'm puzzled. Like, how do you go from being a black male who struggled, and you might have got wealth at this point? How do you back that? How do you back that rhetoric? I don't even know what it is, man. It's just like flat out saying, coming to different towns, attacking and saying stuff to people. I don't understand how, if educationally or whatever, how could you want that to lead this country?
Well,
and talk like that and act like that. How? Just because he's real, That's not being real, man. That's not professional.
Well,
It's not professional.
right. Let me. I ain't gonna hold too much longer, man. I want to play this one clip, and I want to get your reaction from it. It's only like 30, 45 seconds. Play this, give your reaction, and then we be closing out. But I want to play this real quickly. This is a man, and he gonna have his reaction. I think it's around 50 seconds. 50 seconds. Hold on 1 second. All right.
From New York, okay? I grew up hearing Trump's name consistently, all right? Hearing how people, specifically in the generation right before me, would speak of the Central Park Five, right? I heard all of it. Please believe me, I've never been like a super fan of Trump, all right? That's just a reality. It has nothing to do with him running for anything. It's just because, again, I grew up hearing stories almost consistently about the Central Park Five incident. When he took out the gigantic newsletter, and they were basically later on exonerated, but they were charged and basically looked at almost exclusively because of it's right now. When Trump was in office, I made 40% more money that year. 40%. As soon as he left and Biden came into office, I lost basically 40% that year. Right, in income. So listen, I hear what you're saying. I hear it, right? But whoever's going to fix my taxes, specifically fix the border, and not mess around with my guns, I'm pretty much fine, right?
All right. So that's one black man, and he basically just telling you why he's voting his interest. You know what I'm saying? So what do you say to somebody like that? You know what I'm saying?
What do you say like that? It's called economics. There are good and bad times. The economy goes up and down all the time. During that time, he probably was talking about, it was during COVID. People was doing all kind of stuff on the internet, making money, PPP loans and everything else. Yes, you're going to have more money. Plus the government gave you some checks that you got to pay for. So that's economics. That is economics as fine. Some years you're going to do good, some years you're going to do bad. Suck it up. And figure out another way to evolve your business and make more money. That's just it. That's what I would tell them.
Yeah.
Everybody, we all had ups and downs. I mean, just think about it. I mean, years ago, I made $7 an hour, then went to $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's ups and downs. It's called economics.
Would you
want? You're not going to make a whole bunch of money from president to president. You can forget it.
Would you want Kamala to do anything about the border situation, or it's cool like how it is to you?
I think it's been working all these years. It didn't start acting up until Trump lost. That's because he wanted to cheat. They got him on video cheating, and everybody sitting here acting like they forgot about this. And I guess, man, and I ain't even just trying to talk about him.
Right.
My thing is, he hasn't brought forth nothing positive. Nothing positive. And I can't believe the world is like, oh, Donald Trump is, man, pick somebody else. So at least we can get somebody with some numbers and what they want to do for the people. Let's get some real facts going. We get a comedy show.
Well, let me ask this.
Every time we get on here.
Let me ask this. I know we getting close to close now. Let me ask this because I know it's gonna. All right. We just had the hurricanes, Helena and the other.
In Georgia,
Ms. Patterson said, "Yes, I want new immigration policies and laws." She want. Okay, and there should be. You had the and people's, hey man, was out there bad. I didn't even know it was as bad as it was. Tell you the truth, I was out of the loop on that. But how bad in North Carolina was, how bad it really was.
Yeah.
All right, it came, and this is common knowledge that a lot of people, as far as FEMA funds, as far as funds from the government didn't have the money to go ahead and help these people because that FEMA fund was depleted because it was a lot of that money, really all of that money, was given to immigrants. I know we had that argument plenty of times on the regular show, But it
That's not. Yeah, that's not true.
well,
It's not depleted. It's not depleted. They came on every major news station. That was something that that other guy uh, stated, and everybody ran with it. It is, and he don't even know because he's not in office. He don't have access to what those accounts have, and for people to listen to him and really
no,
run off with
no,
that,
Donald
it's
Trump. No, no,
hilarious.
no, no, no. I'm saying Donald Trump. I didn't really hear Donald Trump say anything too much about that. But what I did hear was I heard again. I don't know. It feels like the news stations are turning on Kamala, dog, because when I start hearing about that the funds were being low, it was the news stations that usually support the Democrats. It was CNN, NBC, CBS.
Listen,
Like now it
listen.
seems like
This
why do you feel
this
like
is
they feel like they turning on her, dog? Honestly, and
no.
because they came
Listen,
out with those
it is their
reports.
job. It is their job is to get ratings, correct?
I hear you.
So it is their job to make a story up. Yes, Kamala's falling in the polls. That gets everybody in an uproar. Oh, Donald Trump is leading. Everybody go here. Donald Trump is an assassin. Everybody run to that station. That's their job to lie and make it seem that way. They are here to paint stories to get ratings. You have to go read and find the information yourself. See with the internet, you can go find it from the truth. Just like they were saying, the FEMA money was gone, but then you go read on the internet, there was plenty of money in there, and they was giving people money. I know people who benefited from when they went to Augusta, Georgia. So it's all types of things like that. This is what the world do. You know, we look at TV as entertainment and everything, but at the same time, man, they paint stories. They don't put the actual factual information on it because then you'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. They want you to they want to get a rise. They want to gaslight you, get a rise out of you. And that's what's been going on. Kamala's not winning in the polls. But then when you go read the article, it's slimmed down. She is still leading. I'm reading articles as we're speaking that's showing something totally different. And everybody's saying black men is not following Kamala. And when you go, like they had the whole barbershop thing when Donald Trump came and everything, that was all to paint a picture for the world. And then everybody said the black men follow Donald Trump. That is not true. They gotta gaslight you to get you to get outlets to have something to talk about, get the community all in the uproar, get everybody fighting against black males, get the black community all up in a rise. What everybody needs to do is read the information, look at the candidates, address the real issues. What are you coming to do to lead the country? That's it. If it was the other way around, and let's just say Kamala was talking like the other guy is talking, I wouldn't be going with Kamala. Because I'm going to read what's going to benefit the community as a large. There are people out here hungry, man. There are people that need food. There are people who are really, really trying to get the right job, but just need that extra push. But it depends on who go in that office that'll allow them to get that push. If the wrong person go in that office, they're going to stay in a state where they're going to be hungry. And we got to not think about ourselves. We got to think about our children behind us too. We ain't even thinking, nobody's talking about that. Everybody's getting caught up into the black male voting with Donald Trump, which I don't believe. I think people need to start thinking about these kids behind us, because if we do the wrong thing, it's going to hurt them.
Well, you know what? Like I said, at the end of the day, I think this is an important conversation. Like Tisha said, we got 20.
Yes,
it's
it
20.
is.
It's 23. It's 23 days left now. So
Yeah, 23.
Yeah,
Okay.
23 days. So after tomorrow, 22. Dog, it's like it's going quick, man. So it's going to be interesting because I plan to. I know it's on a Tuesday night. I know I'm gonna do the Super Tuesday the show that night, you know, and kind of see how it go, man. But no, I think it's important to like leading up to it. to continuously, even though these are hard topics and people gonna have disagreements, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be kind of trying to be disciplined and come every other day. You know what I'm saying? Additionally with the Tuesday show, but I'm gonna try to come on and talk about political stuff, really more or less, leading up to the end. You know what I mean? And seeing how it go, because I just think it's an important because I think it's an important topic, regardless on whatever way a person sits on it. You know what I mean? Just like a lot of stuff we might not even agree on, but I'm willing to sit here and listen to you. You know what I mean? So it's like,
absolutely.
And I think that's the key. That's the key part of any type of thing. You know what I mean? We got to be able to sit and listen to each other, even if we don't quite agree with how it is. So, and plus it's also good for you to publicly, put your opinion out there. It gives people a strength to say, you know what, I agree with this brother. Or I don't agree. You know what I mean? So I think it's an important discussion, man. It was just laid on my heart, honestly, to say, you know what, let me come up with something. It's called, At Random. This is what this spinoff podcast is, outside of the normal Mondays. So it's at random. It's about, at random times and at random topics and random conversations, man. So I think it's important, dog. And I'm gonna just, hey man, I plan to drill down real heavy on these last 20 days, bro. You know what I mean? And you can join in, pop in however you want to, phone call, or you can pop in like usual, bro. But yeah, man, it's about to get heated. I think a lot gonna come out these last 20 days, bro. It's a lot. I mean, I think a lot. All the tricks gonna come out now.
It's gonna get
on both sides. On both sides.
It's gonna get very dirty and nasty. I just think people need to read and be careful of what they are listening to, but go read the factual information, because you don't want to just fly off the handle with a lot of the things that the media state. And from both sides. I mean, sometimes they say things about the other guy that's not correct. So you just gotta.
I heard it was another attempt. I heard it was another attempt today, man. They found a dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, what the world going?
Trying to get a gun or something. But a lot of people are feeling a certain way about it's a lot to read about.
But that's ridiculous, dog.
With
like,
Putin.
Yeah, this whole thing is really, like I say, bro, this election cycle, dog. Even when Obama ran and it was highly emotional and highly, contested, and it wasn't to this point, dog. This is like, I never seen it like this. You know what I mean? Like,
it's only because it's a woman. And she has.
Well, we had women before. Again, color. Like I said, man,
No. It's different because it's a woman of color, she went to a HBCU. See what I'm saying? It's a different.
You think so?
If she would have went to Harvard or Yale, we wouldn't be having these discussions.
Well.
Yeah, if it was Michelle Obama went to Harvard, so. It wouldn't be an issue, but because it's a black woman that went to a HBCU, and what everybody says, she's not black or whatever. She went to a HBCU, and she made this other guy look real bad during the debate. So, because he couldn't even get the policies out. It's just that, man, and it's just that, and they're making a bunch of noise behind it. And as far as these black males being upset with President Obama, I think it's really soft. I think in his mind, he was thinking he was going to educate because the black males wasn't voting. So, hey, let me go out here and campaign for her, whether they like it or not. It's not that he was talking down to them. He was just trying to educate and share his views on the whole setup, which I think it was very noble of him to come from where he come. He didn't have to come talk to them at all and let it be. But the media painting the picture that black men are supporting the other guy, and that's not true.
Well, the majority of black men are supporting are supporting
Who?
Kamala.
Okay, let me ask you.
They,
Right. Yeah, and I'm saying
it's just
even
like fifteen
yeah,
percent down from previous.
yeah.
They say this is what polls they say. They say that
Uh-huh.
if 80% of or more of black males vote for a specific party, that party wins. Well, at this present point, they're saying that usually black men and black women usually vote the same. So mainly,
Uh-huh.
they say like the last presidential election, there was like 85%, 87% of black men that voted for Biden. Well, they're saying the polling is showing that it's like down to 72, 71% that is actually voting Democratic now. Like so that it just went down 15% points, percentage points, they say, that now it's like you cannot win without the black male vote. And they saying this is why this is why the Democratic Party is really putting out they sending out Magic Johnson, they sending out Obama, they sending out Oprah, they doing all this stuff to try to solidify the black male vote because it's showing that the points are down significantly lower than other elections. Like where did the black male vote go? It's like so that's I guess that's what her and yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's happening right now. Like we got to get these votes.
Yeah.
And I think because there was no other reason for Obama to go talk to black men, dude. You know what I'm saying? If
And
think about it, D, if it was showing, if her campaign knew that she had to support a black man like she used or the Democratic Party used to have, he wouldn't have came. You know what I'm saying? It's like we already
yeah,
have that. So he came
yeah.
because it's showing that they're down with black males. You know what I'm saying? And that was why he came to try to make that.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think it
and
backfired though, D. You know what I'm saying?
It could be the numbers were showing that they were down and they were running out there. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I still don't think they are supporting that other guy. I don't think they are. I really don't. It might be some, but not a whole lot, man. And here's the thing: black men ain't really saying nothing. They're not saying a whole lot. They're not saying who they really supporting. Most of them probably ain't saying nothing. They just
Yeah, most black men ain't gonna
holding
say
it.
nothing because they already feel like they gonna get ridiculed anyway. Like this is what I want for black men. That like I know you say a lot of it is soft, but I think a lot of black men should just it's your right to vote for who you want to. You ain't got to tell nobody nothing. But if you want
Yeah,
to stand on what you believe and stand on, if you want to tell people who you support, that's fine. As an American, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of black men are soft in a lot of ways of that. If they do support somebody and they want to tell, they scared because the backlash, it ain't the backlash you would get from other communities. It's the backlash that you get from your community. It's the why
let me
you
tell
doing
you
it.
something. Let me tell you something.
But do you see
Let
what
me
I'm
tell you
saying?
something.
But do you see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like
I agree.
put it like this, D. Put it like, and I'm gonna give you a prime example. The guy across the street from me, he's a white man. He's a doctor, got a white family. You know what I'm saying? He got on his lawn, Harris and her running mate. You know what I mean? Waltz, whatever his name is. Okay, he can do that. A white person can do that, and the next person next to him can have the Trump sign up, and they get along and they cool. They might have a little political conversation, but again, that's why I'm saying we can't do that as a people. Black people cannot do that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
yeah, I don't. If that's what you support, but when you open your mouth to say something, I'm gonna say my opinion of it from a black male perspective. From a black male perspective, I've never been really. I have a lot of good friends who are white and of other ethnic groups that are cool folks and whatever, and they voting for Trump. And we don't have it. It's just that when I see people who look like me, I look at it from a standpoint of what that guy has said about us, and I'm like, did you hear that? Did you understand that? Yeah, I'd be curious to understand Why would you support a group that racially create racism,
But I think I would have more.
creating that divide?
I think I would have more criticism if you felt like that. I would think I would have more criticism for the white person because the white person is a part of the power structure. Black people have no power structure.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, just what it is. We don't have a power structure. We have a hierarchy in our communities, you know what I'm saying? But we don't have no power structure for real, for real. So if I'll have, say if you felt like how you feel about Donald Trump and I got a white coworker, I would feel more adverse against him than I would my actual brother or a person that look like me, because that white person is a part of the actual, he has some stake of claim to the power structure. He's a, and we know who the power
Right,
structure
but
class, we know who the power structure class in the
yeah.
country, in the world is. We know it.
But
So
those who are from my community, through all the struggles that we had to face and still face, and you go that direction, it speaks volumes, man. Because I know those brothers got people who are like all of us, have people in a lower income bracket, middle class bracket, and some have high bracket. But I'm not going to go with something that flat out in my face say making it racial.
So I'm gonna ask you this
It's
last question.
racism.
I'm gonna ask you the last question, and we're gonna pan it on out because we're going into 10. Let me ask you the last question. This is the question that it started with. Did Barack Obama go too far to tell
No, he did not.
black men how to vote?
No, he did not. He went to say that's his job. I mean, that's why he supports. Hey, man, I need y'all to support Kamala on this presidential election. Vice President Kamala. I need y'all to support her. And this is why I need y'all to support her. She came from the same community that we came from. We struggled. He knows what the other guy is saying about us. So he's like, went to the HBCUs. He knows what the other guy is saying about us. President Barack Obama took hell from Donald Trump and didn't even hardly like fight back. He was showing up at his speeches and interrupting and being disrespectful and all of that. So if I'm President Barack Obama, yeah, I'm gonna go to the neighborhood and talk to every black male I can. Like, man, remember when I was in office and this guy came asking for my birth certificate, basically using racial slurs towards me? I need y'all not to support this guy. I would. Mm-hmm. And they can get soft about it if they want to. They can get soft about that. I can't make them do it, but I'm gonna enlighten them. Because when you vote that way and things don't go the way that you think it should go, because I think those who are supporting them really don't. What thing is they standing on?
Well,
why are you voting for that? Why are you voting over there? Because you don't want abortion? You want a woman to be controlled by a man?
Well, D,
that's another issue.
Well, D,
that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. I'm gonna not say nothing no more, because if they can complain about President Barack Obama coming to I want to hear why they support the other guy. That's what I want to hear for the next 20 days. Why do black men support the other guy?
Well, D, I'm gonna be coming, man. Like I say, I'm gonna be coming, man. It's I'm gonna be coming on here, like I say, on random. You know what I'm saying? Random times. I give you a heads up when I come. If you got time, you always know.
But going forward, ask that question.
Yeah, or you can come on and pose it. But
I want somebody to step on here and tell us why they feel the other candidate, and I want to hear black male, and no, you can vote however you want to. I'm just saying, from my opinion, when I look at everything, I'm not getting any information from the other party that's telling me there's going to be some good leadership in office.
Well,
They're not telling me what tax breaks. All the thing I'm hearing about is billionaires. I'm listening to him too, as well. And when I listen to him, I don't get any information. I get him talking about people. That's all I get.
well, D, you know,
So I'm trying to understand, what is he going to do? Oh, the other part is he going to stop the abortion. That's all I hear that. He said he was going to stop what's the one procedure? IV, to help, so people can have babies or whatnot.
Well,
I think first he said he was going to stop it. Now he's saying he's going to go for it. So I want to understand, what is he going to do? What is he trying to do?
you know, but
I haven't heard that yet.
But you know what? I think almost all the undecided voters at this point, I think how the election gonna go now is how it's gonna go. Because you only got, really, like I say, nutshell, you got 20 days left, bro. Like everybody pretty much, everybody that's about to vote already know who they voting for. It's over at this moment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
it's
I'm gonna
pretty
be
much,
honest with you,
it's pretty much
real,
done.
It's gonna get real. Yeah, it's gonna get real quiet now.
You think? I think it's about. Yeah, it might. But you know what,
I'm
bro?
talking about from a voter standpoint. It's
What you
gonna be
mean by
real
what you
quiet.
mean? What you mean by that? What you mean?
They're not gonna be openly saying who
Who they going for?
support.
You think it's about to just get quiet?
They finna watch all the mess that's about to come out.
Yeah, it's about to be
They're
something,
gonna watch
dog.
all of the dirty games that's gonna come out.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, bro. I really think, you know, it might be another trick up the sleeve somewhere, some way. Something about it. I know we only got 20 more days left. It's about to get. This is a home stretch, dog. So nothing gonna surprise me. Think about how contentious this whole race has been. Think about how contentious this last 2.5 years, I mean, basically, of campaigning been, but at all, because really they didn't spend 2 years campaigning. And it got into a fever pitch this whole summer. It really got nasty and big and crazy, right? We down to the last 2.5 weeks. It's about to, I think it's about to, whatever's gonna happen, gotta happen.
On
in the next 2 weeks.
That day, all the coffee and donuts is gonna be sold out.
Bruh, it's gonna
People
be
gonna be at these polls all day.
Bruh. That's why.
But my thing is, man. At the end of the day, though, spiritually, whatever God say, that's what it's gonna be.
That's really no matter
but
what we do.
When I look at that, no matter what we do, we can go in there and scratch on paper all we want. It's what God say.
Yeah, it's what's written.
And so whatever God say,
that's what we'll be.
That's what it's gonna be, and He has a plan for it all.
He has a plan,
right
no matter
now,
who. Yeah.
No matter what I'm seeing right now is it's just I didn't see anything from the other side. I didn't see. All I saw was.
But you know what, man?
But
you know what? I think it, again, I do think it's all in God's will. But you can see a lot of things biblically. God put things in our hands, man, like for us to seal our own fate. You know what I'm saying? It's like you see a lot of Bible stories where, like even with the children of Israel, He gave an option. You do this, this gonna happen. You do this, this is gonna happen. So he gives you a choice, and it's written out either way. You choose. It's written if you do it this way or that. So we gonna choose as a people. He's given us the option, I believe, to choose this one, and He's got a plan for either way, which one goes. You know what I'm saying? If it go this way, this gonna happen that way. So, but I think we have a choice here as a people, as a collective, and as a collective, we all gonna reap the benefit, or we gonna reap something. We gonna reap something at the end of the day, man. But I just want to thank you, bro, for coming on, man. I just wanted to come on and talk about this type of stuff. Like I say, man, I think the last couple of days in this, man, I'm just gonna try to bring a voice to those that want it. You know what I mean? And talk about this type of stuff on the political tip. So who want to be a part of it can, and who don't want to don't have to. But yeah, bro. But yeah, bro. Thanks for joining in, man. I'll probably be on in the next couple of days. Also, man. Also tomorrow, I don't know if you get a chance for the regular show tomorrow night. Norbert coming on. So if you get a chance, if you want to pop on, I'll send you the link and everything's everything. But yeah, Norbert gonna come in tomorrow and talk about some things with I believe the Chamber of Commerce. I think he's a part of. So we go from there.
Yep. Yep.
All right then, bro, man.
All right.
Peace.
Okay.
Good night.
Peace.
Everybody, that was D Wins 1 2 3 1 2 3. So we about to go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, I basically just wanted to bring this show in tonight and just talk about Miss Patterson. Would you say let's talk about Pontiac schools and achievements? Yeah, I'm down with that, and like I have a person. Honestly, I have a lady that's running for another lady that's running for school district. She instant messaged me, and she wants to be on. So I might actually my episode 2. I might be talking to her directly. There's still the regular show that comes on Tuesdays, Monday night. I'm sorry. So tomorrow night, Norbert Burrows is coming on, but I'm thinking I might be trying to go ahead and solidify on Thursday. The lady that's running for the open seat with the school district, so we can get another opinion or another take on the school district. If she responds, we do that. But yeah, this really, Pontiac WYAC presenting at random. This is really pretty much what this show is. It's just random, randomized, no specific space and time. It's basically as I have time to do it. It's just that I want to do it but I want to do it up under the umbrella of Pontiac WYAC. So it's just more or less I'm, outside of the Monday show. Some days I might want to get up and come on in the morning and talk about whatever on my mind, far as whatever. It could be Pontiac School District. It could be government, far as national, statewide or whatever. Or even having somebody on here or just on here having fun, talking about the goodness of God on me and mine. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I thank you for tuning in. For those that's on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, this is where you could come to have a good chit chat and, grown conversation. And, there's no right and there's no wrong. I just try to have an open mind and opinion. I pretty much know where I'm at with things, but it's never hurt and harm to listen to somebody else and their opinion. And if it fits you and if it's something that you can dig, it's something that something that works for you, you use it. And if it doesn't, and if you don't, but it's always good to listen. And that's what I like to do best. I like to listen, give my input, but more I like to give people opportunity to speak what they want to say. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for joining for episode 1. Was Barack Obama overdoing it with the black man? I say yes. I know a couple of you guys say no. YouTube, I don't know what you guys say. LinkedIn, I don't have your comments up, so I don't know what you guys say, but I say yes, he overstepped. That's my opinion. But I guess it's gonna come out in the wash if he actually affected the vote. It's showing negatively at this point, but we'll see. With that being said, you guys, keep God first, family second, you third, and in that order, you should never be made last because the last is made first. And I will see you tomorrow night. Norbert Burrows, Pontiac WYAC. One love.